All right, we are live. All right, let me just check this. Hell yeah, we are ready. What's up, guys? I know I said that I was going to play a different game, but I decided, just before I go back to Minecraft, let's just do another one. Ultimate Epic Battle Simulator. Hell yeah. I don't know, I just felt in the mood to do this. On Saturday, I'll figure something else. Well, maybe Minecraft. But no, I just decided to just hop on this and just have a good old time. Let's just clear this out. I'm going to construct a awesome battle, a huge awesome battle that nobody has ever seen before. It'll never be done before ever by anyone else. Yeah, it's going to be really cool. We're going to have an army of probably 1,000. Thousands of these guys. And then on team 2, we are going to have an extra crew. And we're going to make them these guys. We're going to give them an army of 1,000. Where are these guys? Oh, dear. No, we can't do that. We're going to be rooting for team 2. And we will be putting a team 3 in the mix as well. So let me just get this all ready. I hope all of you guys are doing really great today. I had a really good day. I got to watch a bunch of really fun movies before the stream, like last night and today. And, I'm going to be talking about some of those films in just a bit. Actually, here. Let's give them an army of 4,000. 4,000 zombies. That will be... I'm trying to find a good place. Let's just put them right here. And actually, let's just make them 90 each. Yeah. Actually, that looks like a better place. There we go. We're just going to do this small battle, and then we're going to figure out like some other units to throw in. Actually, here. Give me a sec. There we go. I can hear really well now. All right. I got to watch Shin Godzilla. How do you say? Last night, and that was extremely awesome. Really fun movie. If you guys haven't watched it, you should. It's really great. Like, the people who are like trying to take care of the Godzilla situation are mostly incompetent, and like, I don't know, it was truly crazy just seeing like, all that stuff transpire. Yeah. In terms of like modern Godzilla movies, like besides Legendary's Monsterverse, which is really a fun I say fun one from like the U.S. Japan's Ooh. The studio that produces the original Godzilla movies, Toho. I'll have to say this. What was I gonna say? I got to watch the Godzilla movie. Well, I watched the ones from the 70s and 80s, and I'll just compare those Godzilla movies. But Shin Godzilla, Godzilla -1 was extremely fun. Extremely fun movies. I do like a bit of the silliness from like the 60s and 70s when it comes to Godzilla movies. But you know. All right. Where's the zombies? I did watch Godzilla 1984, The Return of Godzilla, and that movie was insane. Godzilla in that movie was crazy. Extremely powerful. Nobody's came into contact just yet. Wow. All right. Wow, that's a lot of zombies. My goodness. Wait, where's the other army? Hmm. All right, let's just watch. On Earth. You guys were all the way over here? Okay, okay. Let's just allow them to go that way. But no, that Godzilla movie was really fun. 1984. War. Yes. We are in the middle of a zombie war. In the jungle. Let me think. If you ask me my favorite Godzilla movie besides the original one, I would have to say in terms of like the sheer horror of like what Godzilla is capable of doing, I would probably have to say Return of Godzilla and Shin Godzilla. I would maybe say Godzilla -1 was like a perfect like display of the level of damage he's capable of doing. But no, I would say that one fits. Okay. Huh. They're doing pretty well. But how's everyone's day doing? Alright. We are about at almost 500. After a couple more kills. This goes really fast. There we go. There we go. Actually, after the stream, I'm planning on watching the movie The Lost Boys from 1987. And, like, I don't know, I feel like that'll be a really fun movie. I think it's on Tubi. I'm not entirely sure. If you guys haven't, like, watched that movie, It's a pretty fun movie. Some very iconic scenes and just like a good vampire movie in general. And also, I might watch Return of the Living Dead. I think that came out in 1985. If you haven't watched that one, you should. It's great. Okay. Do you wanna party? Dun, dun, dun. It's party time. By the way, that's a great song by 45 Grave. I wish some of the lyrics was a little bit changed up on that song because it's a little bit of a But hey, that's what you get with a horror punk / early death rock song. 45 Grave's a really great band. If you guys haven't checked out 45 Grave, it's a really good one. Really good band. I do want to get some of like their music on CD and vinyl and cassette, but I don't know, sometimes their stuff's really hard to track down for a good price. But, you know. Okay, we got into the 1,000 range. Where's the U.S. soldiers? Oh my gosh. This reminds me of World War Z, the movie. By the way, if you haven't watched that movie, that's another great zombie movie. There's plenty of really good zombie movies out there, actually. Wow. Cinema. Actually, here's a genuine question for you guys. What's a couple zombie movies that you guys have seen that you really enjoyed? There's a genuine question. Where did you guys go? They didn't even make it. Look at this. They didn't even make it. Zombieland Double Tap. That is a good zombie movie. That really is. When it comes to like zombie movies, I have a couple really favorite ones. My favorites are Shaun of the Dead. That's a really great comedy horror movie. It would kind of be like a very... Well, if you want like a good comedy horror movie involving zombies, they're not really zombies, but they do possess the living and the dead. But I would really recommend The Evil Dead, Evil Dead 2, and Army of Darkness. Those are really great movies. It involves like a race of demons called the Deadites, and like if you've ever seen like Cabin in the Woods, well, no, that would be a terrible movie to compare it to, but definitely watch Evil Dead. Really great horror movie franchise. The first three are quite funny. And, yeah. Shaun of the Dead's also a really funny zombie movie, too. And also, Return of the Living Dead. That's another really great one. Oh my goodness. Oh, Night of the Living Dead is also a really great one. Actually. You know what's actually weird about that movie? It came out in 1968 and has been a hugely influential, horror movie that it inspired some lore surrounding zombies. Before 1968, when that movie came out, zombies weren't really a thing besides, like, one or two silent movies. It wasn't until about 1968 when the movie Night of the Living Dead came out. That's when, like, you had, like, the first real zombies on the silver screen. And it wasn't until Return of the Living Dead did you get zombies start saying brains. Because that's the first movie to ever, like, you know, create the lore of, like, oh, zombies go after brains, actually, which is pretty sick. And again, if you haven't watched any of those movies, go watch them. They're really fun. Uh-oh. Let me take care of that. Gotta take care of that. And what's also fun about Night of the Living Dead is that when it was released, it did not get, like, certain, like, licensing issues taken care of. So now that movie's in the public domain. I'm actually planning on watching that movie here on the stream with you guys at some point. Maybe sometime next year. Like, if I can, like, make sure that I'm not going to, like, come into any issues with YouTube, then, yeah. I think that would be a really fun movie to show here on the stream. And I'll probably, like, tell you guys some fun facts about that movie. Just so that YouTube does not get on me. So, you know. So at some point we're going to watch that here on the stream, actually. Since it is in the public domain. So, yeah. Here. Are they almost... Did they get him? Eh. Here we go. Wait, where's the... Wait, where is the... It's between U.S. soldier and... well, let's just say the zombies won. They won that... Well, the humans won. So... Let's try to change this up a little bit. Right now, I'm a little bit inspired by Godzilla, since I watched those Godzilla movies yesterday, Return of Godzilla and Shin Godzilla, alongside Godzilla minus one and zombie movies. Actually, I want to do something like that. We're gonna do something fun with that. Here. Here, we're going to do this. Let's put them all on the same team. Let's make an army of 5 of these guys. Well, let's just change up. Give me a sec. Yeah. Let's just give them 15 of these guys and 10 of these guys. Who do you think's gonna win? Team Living or Team Dead? Actually, let's see. By the way, I will be later this month on August 1st. I'm going to be having my anniversary, actually. Second anniversary of streaming. So, you know, if you want to come by and watch, I would appreciate it. I've been now, by August 1st, I would have been now, I say this. I started doing this in 2 years. 2 years when we hit August 1st. So, here. Here it is. The Dead. Come on.
I've got snails inside me knickers.
We will be fighting as a knight, just to make things a little bit interesting for you guys. So, yeah. Who do you think's gonna win? The living or the dead? I'm very interested to see how this goes. What?
For dinner.
All right.
They should be grateful that we're liberating. This Tommy fires.
Give me a sec. We got a knight who needs some assistance. All right, come on, let's go. Yeah, actually, you know, outside of like playing video games, I was thinking maybe to do like a just chatting stream sometime. But, you know, just talk with you guys while I work on some like creative things with my hands, you know what I mean? Like I brought up before, like doing a Lego building stream to just like chat while like working. But you know, There was this one thing I was thinking about just now. I was thinking about like I say back in the 60s and 70s,
I don't even know what I'm
there
doing.
was these play kits where you would assemble like I say like a movie monster or whatever, and you would basically be working on the monster, like painting it and actually doing stuff like that. And I was thinking it would be really cool to actually do something like that, you know? Buy one of those kits and actually start
They should
painting
be
and actually
grateful that
making
we're
the creature
liberating them.
while I just chat with you guys, you know? I think that would be pretty fun. What do you guys think of that?
For freedom!
Or even like making balloon animals or something. What do you guys think of that idea? Ooh.
Watch your six.
Would you guys want to watch something like that? I don't know. I feel like I want to do things outside of like playing video games. Like it is like, you know, something. It's something to do, right? But I don't know. I feel like it would be fun to just like,
For America!
I don't know, try something different. Like create balloon animals, paint monsters, do Lego stuff. I don't know, do arts and crafts kind of stuff, you know? Oh wow, I'm the only one left.
I don't even know what I'm doing.
Alright, we got 6 kills. There we go. Alright, let's go. We're gonna run around
America!
being a soldier and just kill the dead. Double times.
For America!
Let's go. Woo! I may need to actually buy like a extra camera so I can actually like actually try doing that.
America!
All right, let's go. Back to base.
They should be grateful that we're liberating them.
All right, let's go. Let's see how many zombies I can kill.
For America!
All right, give me a sec. There we go. By the way, if you have an idea, guys, that you would want to watch me do, just let me know. And I'll consider it. Buy a camera, like make a workspace here. Oh. Make a workspace here and actually just, like, you know, work on it, you know? Do something interesting like that. Let's try to get to 1,000. There we go.
For America.
Okay, come on, come on. I don't know how getting to 1,000 would go, but you know, we'll see. We'll see.
I don't even
1,000
know what I'm doing.
zombies. Oh, come on. Give me a sec. There we go. Headshots. Okay, let's go. There.
Watch your six.
Woo! I am happy to see, like, I do want to, like, maybe go to a movie tomorrow and watch that new Evil Dead movie. Oh. Oh, well. Got to 50 at least. Actually, let's try that again. We will be, I will be streaming for 3 hours, so I hope you guys, are in for the long haul. Which, you know. Let's actually give them an army of 50. And 25. 55 at least. And actually, the more I think about it, 35. All right, let's go. We're gonna watch our living characters and see like how they do. All right, there they are. This is the army, the small battalion. There we go. Perfect. They're doing really well. Hey, come on, let's go. All right, we need to get everyone on board. Hopefully these knights actually, you know, do a good job. I bet they will. They are going to be hugely important. Oh no. Come on. Stop funneling. Let's go. Ah, I have to move all of them myself.
This Tommy fires 700 freedoms per minute. For America.
All right, there they go.
America. For freedom. This Tommy fires 700 freedoms.
Let's follow them.
This Tommy fires 700 freedoms per minute. 700 freedoms per minute. Watch your six.
Okay, we're almost there. There it is. Let's try to get some kills. There. Woohoo, boy! Let's get a little bit closer. Woo! Come on! Oh my gosh! Yeah! Oh my gosh.
This Tommy fires 700 freedoms per minute.
That's funny. The knights are doing a good job.
I don't even know what I'm doing.
Woo! This is a little bit scary, personally.
They should be grateful that we're liberating them.
Oh dear. Come on. Come on. Oh. Let's see who does the best. Woo! How about for the human race, though? The living!
This Tommy fires 700 freedoms per minute.
700 freedoms per minute. We got at least 89. Now, there's only one of me. Oh well. We did our best. We did our best. That's okay. Maybe if we put the knights a little bit closer. And then just increase their numbers. Knights. Gonna put them right here. And we're gonna make them at least 300. And let's just do the same with these guys here. We're gonna make them 66. All right, there we go. Excuse me. I decided to change the room into a purple color in terms of lighting, and so far it looks nice, personally. I don't know. It's interesting. Let's go. Yeah. This is where exactly I wanted to be. There. They're on their way. The living will fight the dead. Oh, come on. America. Let's see how far the dead are. Oh my gosh. Look at these guys. Oh, by the way. I am super stoked for... I bought... Like, I pre-ordered a couple months ago. How do you say? My Chemical Romance's Danger Days on CD. And it's supposed to come in on Saturday. And that's going to be really sick. Which, by the way, if you guys haven't listened to that album, you should. It's really sick. Really fun album. My Chemical Romance is a fantastic band. They really are. I would love to see them live. I was actually thinking when it came to like My Chemical Romance, like I think it would be really cool to see Gerard Way in person. He's such an icon. He really is. I also want to pick up, like, if you don't know who Gerard Way is, he's the vocalist for My Chemical Romance, and he's a huge icon in a lot of different ways. And he's actually wrote a comic book series, and it is called... I'm trying to remember what the comics... That was adapted into a Netflix show. The Umbrella Academy. I still need to watch like more of that show, but no, I think it's cool that, you know, Gerard Way actually, you know, Gerard Way was huge into comic books, and like, you know, not only did he try to like get a show off the ground at Cartoon Network, but after, well, I should put some context into this. He was trying to get a show off the ground in early 2001, and he was actually in New York City when September 11th happened. He saw like that terrorist attack happen, and instead of, you know, like trying to work for Cartoon Network, he decided to actually pursue music, and that's how we got My Chemical Romance. And after, like during, I think it was after, or like while, but that's when he started to write the Umbrella Academy comics, actually. He's really cool. Yeah. And again, if you guys haven't listened to My Chemical Romance, you should. They're super fun. And just really great music in general. If you ask me my favorite album, it is The Black Parade. And then it would be Sweet Cheers for Sweet Revenge. Well, 3 cheers for Sweet Revenge. And Danger Days. Oh my gosh. They're actually doing a good job. And by the way, there is a documentary on Tubi, and it's how do you say, about My Chemical Romance in the beginning of like the early 2000s. It was before the Black Parade actually came out. You guys should watch that documentary. Just type in My Chemical Romance in the search bar, and then it will come up. Oh. Come on. There we go. Here, just give me a sec. Did you know that Carl U.E.B.S got arrested for traffic for... Oh, that's cool. That's cool. You know, actually, I actually wanted to like share this fact, but when I learned it, it kind of surprised me. It kind of didn't. But I was like, wow. Did you know in the entertainment industry, like in terms of sectors, what brings in the most money? Like who gets the more money and like more influential? I was thinking, oh, movies were going to be like the top one, or like music. But no, it's video games. Video games make up the largest amount, actually. I looked into like how that was breaking down. And mobile games take up the biggest part, then console, and then PC. And I'm like, wow, that's incredible. And like music was a little bit lower and movies were second biggest. But no, it's actually video games that are the largest entertainment medium out there, actually, which is insane. Like, you'll have some people who still think of like video games as like, unless you're like really old, you'll be like, oh, them damn video games are dying out. No, they are thriving. That's the biggest entertainment bubble, which is incredible. So, I should probably make that army bigger. Because I want the living to win. Which is surprising for me to say, but, you know, I want them to win. Let's do 500. There we go. But yeah, no, it's really incredible. I was actually thinking about like how do you say? Old games I used to play back on my a DS, and how do you say? I had a Nintendo 64 growing up too, and you know, played like a Duck Hunt. I played like a bunch of those really old uh, retro games, and like I don't know, it's interesting. I do want at some point to get a Nintendo 64 again, and just like actually like play it and actually like, get that nostalgia. Like there's some people who play on like PlayStation 3 or like some of the older consoles, which, you know, when people talk about those consoles, I don't really like I didn't really play PlayStation or any of that stuff. No. What I had was like besides my iPad at the time, it was the Wii and it was the Nintendo 64 and also the GameCube. And the GameCube was when I would go over to my babysitter's house when I was younger, and I would play those old Lego games. And also, weirdly enough, at my school at the time, like, they actually allowed you to play video games. Like, they split up the class into, like, this side would be working, the other side would just do stuff. Like, for fun. And it would switch and switch. And, like, yeah, no, I got to play, like, a bunch of different games that way. So. Yep. Trying to think. I think I brought up before, like, my first ever interaction with Call of Duty. I'm trying to remember. Like, how do you say? My first ever interaction with Call of Duty was when I was like pretty young. I think I was like 6 or 7, and like we went over to a relative's house in Pennsylvania, and while we were there, like one of my relatives was playing. I'm not sure which Call of Duty it was, but like I distinctly remember it was like on the beaches of Normandy, and like guns firing off, and like, you know, at the time I was forbidden to like see or even play games like that. And let's just say that relative got in trouble to like show me that, because like the limits on what I was able to play was limited, yeah, but you know, I think that kind of like made me not, I don't know, I never really had a big interest in Call of Duty because I never really grew up with it. I know other people do, and that's fantastic. You know, that's a part of their childhood. But for me, I was not one of those people. When it came to my childhood, when it came to games, trying to think. It was all the Mario games, and it was also and I mean really early Minecraft, and That's what I'm playing. Nice, dude. Nice, dude. And again, nothing against Call of Duty. I just didn't really grow up with it, and I can't really relate. So, you know. What was I going to say? Skylanders. That was a huge one. I actually still have my Skylanders somewhere. Maybe I'll pull them out sometime and just show you guys. Man, those were some days. But in terms of like, how do you say, other games, it was actually through YouTube. And I remember early YouTube when it came to like the gaming stuff. Like, that's where I first saw like the Batman Arkham games. I wasn't really too interested in them, but I would watch like tutorials on them. And I would be like, wow, this is incredible. I did try to play them once, like kind of recently. And I'm going to be very for real with you. They give me a little bit of a headache. Here, let's take out some of those zombies. Like right over here. Did these die? Yep, they died. That wasn't really my target, though. Oh, no. Yeah, there's more than enough of these guys. Oh, okay.
700 freedoms per
Oh, yeah. Well, even... I'm trying to think about this. Even when it came to, like, the... Like... Other gaming YouTube I watched when I was younger. Ooh. Like... Most of it was Minecraft. And when it came to other stuff I grew up watching, it was also like about like conspiracy theories, world history, monsters and mythology. And no, that was it. That was it when it came to like what I consumed when I was younger. I like today I don't watch any like conspiracy stuff because I've, you know, now I have a real negative view of conspiracy theory stuff, but you know, at the time it was all just more silly stuff. You know, it wasn't anything like besides like weird neckbeard kind of folks. Like those people would be into the really crazy ideas. But you know, it used to all just be very silly to me. And when it comes to like the level of silliness when it came to conspiracy stuff, it was like the Hollow Earth stuff, or like aliens building the pyramids in Egypt, and like, you know, funny stuff like that. I don't know. But, you know, still my interest in world history, world mythology, theology too, had also like blossomed. And, you know, I still keep that stuff with me. That's the one interest. Like, those are like the interests that have never really shaken. And I think that's a really great thing. Yeah. What else? I was interested in dinosaurs growing up, but not Not really. Trying to think. I was actually a little bit terrified of dinosaurs because of Jurassic Park. Jurassic Park kind of, well, specifically the first one, yes,
Don't even know what I'm
but also the second one, Lost World, freaked me out when I was younger. But now, like, looking back at it, like, you know, I enjoy those films. So, yeah. Good times, good times. I guess. By the way, if you haven't seen Lost World, Jurassic Park movie, ooh, there actually, I know some other people were freaked out by that one scene because of the, I say, analog horror videos that have been coming out lately, dinosaur ones, where it's like how I say, like lost footage kind of thing, but like, how should I put this? A lot of those kinds of videos are like usually like workers who encounter like a dinosaur thing in the wild, and then it gets all hectic. Yeah, but getting a little bit lost in the sauce from when I'm trying to bring up. But if any of you guys have seen that one scene in Lost World, spoiler alert, by the way, when they bring the T-Rex to San Diego and the T-Rex breaks loose and is starting to run across like San Diego, walks into like a neighborhood. When that one T-Rex comes into like this one area of the neighborhood, it starts drinking the pool, which, by the way, don't drink pool water. That chlorine is not something to mess with. And then it eats the dog. That was terrible. But when the kid is like getting ready to fall asleep, he looks to the side and you see this giant animatronic T-Rex outside looking in. That freaked me out. And like, back when my imagination was like reality and like fantasy were like this, it was one of my nightmares. Like, I would try to keep on the lights and like, you know, hide away. Like, if there was a window, shut that thing. Like, I don't know. Oh, that freaked me out. Not like, no lie. That's like, ooh. Ooh, that's sick. Look at that. Oh man, that's so cool. By the way, you would think like the xenomorph from Alien, you would think that would freak me out. No, when I saw that creature, I fell in love. Like, I was never afraid of the xenomorph. You would think that. No. It was one of my first ever real monsters I fell in love with. So. Oh my gosh, they're doing so well. Ah! America! Right, come on. We need to send these guys in. All right, there they go. Onward and forward. But yeah, xenomorphs, love those guys. Actually, when it comes, okay, to briefly talk about tattoos for a bit, because I am at, I love talking about tattoos. I am planning to get, for this leg specifically, my left leg, I'm planning to have Jaws. Stripe from Gremlins. And I'm also planning to have Tim Curry's Pennywise. And the Xenomorph as well. I'm trying to think of the other one. What's the other one? Another huge one that had been huge. Oh, yeah, the Kessler wolf from An American Werewolf in London. Almost forgot about that one. That's like the next, like that would be like the huge werewolf. And if you're asking about like Dracula and like Phantom of the Opera, they're going to be on this arm. So at some point in the future. There we go. Now, of course, I still need to think about the placement, but no, I'm going to have all those different ones. Oh my goodness. Wow, they are doing pretty good though. And these guys are really working at it. Look at them. Oh yeah, by the way, on this arm, I am planning to put like a jack-o'-lantern. And that would be pretty fun. But that's all I'll talk about when it comes to the tattoo stuff. There we go. Come on. Let's see how many. Okay. Please. Don't die. Oh, come on. Oh, no. Oh, yes. Maybe. Oh my goodness. They're brought down to 2,000. Well, still hovering around 3,000, but look at that. That's incredible. Let's see. The U.S. soldiers are dying out, but look at this. The carnage is incredible. They brought down all these guys. Maybe if we increase their numbers by just a little bit, then maybe the dead won't win. Let's see. Okay. Check some of the health. Still pretty good. Oh my goodness, this guy's barely being held together. Okay, let's check this guy. Oh, okay. Wow. I got the last kill. So, the total number of zombies remaining is 2,538. And they killed at least 621. Wow, that was pretty good. Not gonna lie, that was pretty sick. I do think, however, if we do increase the number by just a little bit more, then I think like that the living can like beat the dead. So let's try that again. We're not going to do anything with the zombies. We just need to increase these numbers a little bit. Here. Here, let's put these guys right here. Put these guys right here. And instead of 66, we are going to put 75. 75 and maybe 655. All right. Here, let's put these guys over here, actually. If we put these guys over here, let's try to see if we can take out as many of these dead guys as much as possible. Trying to think. Who you guys think is going to win, the living or the dead? Are you guys team living or team dead? That's the big question. Oh. Okay, okay. Here we go. 3, 2. Let's begin. Sorry, that's my monster voice. I like to pull it out sometimes. I'm a little bit of a weirdo, so don't be too surprised. Oh, sick! Look at this! Ah! Sorry. It gets me really hyped up when I see giant armies like this. It reminds me of Lord of the Rings, which, by the way, Lord of the Rings, oh my goodness, I was huge into Lord of the Rings. What about any of you guys? Were you guys big into Lord of the Rings? That was my big thing. My big things growing up were Star Wars. Also, well, Marvel and DC, yeah. Power Rangers were huge. And also Lord of the Rings. Yeah. Come on. There we go. There we go. Oh no, I need to get these guys off the ground. You go. Keep the dead down. Damn it. Oh yeah, you. And again, by the way, thank you for watching. I do appreciate it. And I hope you guys have a great weekend. Tomorrow, I'm going to probably go bike riding, too. Which will be really fun. I love going on bike rides. What about you guys? You guys doing anything fun this weekend? Same. You love going on bike rides? That's cool. Actually, there's a river nearby, and I'm thinking about like maybe taking my bike out there and just like taking that giant bike trail and just like see where the road takes me, you know? I might do that tomorrow. Like if the humidity isn't as bad, then I might actually start doing that. Ooh, let's see how many. Not really, other than grinding Fortnite and going for a bike ride, and I'm also planning on going on a mountain biking. Whoa, that's so cool! Mountain biking? Oh my goodness. I'm gonna be very for real with you. If there were some mountains around me, I wouldn't do bike ride. I say mountain biking, but I would go hiking in the mountains. When I was living in central Pennsylvania, south central Pennsylvania, like there was these giant, beautiful mountains, and like, no, I've only went to the very top of those mountains, and they were really fun. And if you're asking which mountains are they are the Blue Mountains, actually. I actually nicknamed this one section of mountains Moria. And if you know Lord of the Rings, you know exactly that mountain. There weren't any Balrogs in those mountains, but you know. It was still my Lord of the Rings obsession that influenced me to call those mountains Moria or Mount Doom. You know? I would like to bring a gun like a 44 Magnum or 40 Smith and a Western revolver just to deal with any cougars and wildlife. Just in case of any? Oh, I see. Personally, I understand. I do understand that. But for me, like, I would try to figure out, like, where the animals are in case to, like, avoid them, because, you know, I do, like, value, like, animals, and, you know, that's the one thing about me. It's kind of, I kind of treat that kind of stuff like, how should I say this? You should, like, with the ocean, for example, I want to put it this way. I do like sharks. Like, Jaws, this guy right here, got me into, like, not, I say this, Jaws is a great movie. Unfortunately, that movie really demonized sharks. And, like, how do you say? It got people, like, in the mood to, like, actually go out and kill sharks, and that's terrible. But I usually say this. Though, like, anyone who goes out there tries to kill a shark, they're a piece of shit, right? Some people will... I'm trying to figure out how I can put this, because I want to make sure to be delicate about this. When you go into any location in the wild, like, no person should ever be like, yeah, this is my territory. Like, nobody should be doing that. Just remember that you are entering an ecosystem that has, you know, several different animals. As long as you don't bring attention to yourself, then you'll probably mostly be fine. And that goes for if you're in an area that has, you know, sharks. Don't draw attention to yourself. Don't swim next to seals or anything, or you're, you know, going to be involved in an accident. And the same goes for if you go into, like, where mountain lions are or anything like that, bears. Just take that proper, you know, precaution. So, you know. I don't want to seem preachy or anything, but, you know, it's important to remind people, because some people who go out into the wilderness, like, they litter and they just, you know, do all that kind of stuff. Like, anyone who goes and does that kind of stuff, they are not cool in my book. They're... That's what they are. Yep. But anywho, let's see how this will go. Come on, let's go. I hope you guys understand what I'm trying to say, because, you know, I know when I try to talk about something, I hope people don't get lost in the sauce. That's what, you know, that's why I wanted to just say that. And also have, like, a level of understanding. You know? That's all. Come on, let's go. I'm sure you guys understand. But anyway. But yeah, I would love to go mountain hiking, personally. Come on. Get in the action, guy. America. Oh my goodness. Come on. How many knights are in this thing? Oh my goodness. They need to get on that. Alright, just give me a sec before I actually look at that. Just give me a sec. Ooh. Yeah, just before I look at that, just give me a sec. I see the mention of AI, so I need to... After I take care of this, then I'll properly respond. Uh-oh. Go! Come on! Oh gosh, I can't get these other knights out. Let me just see this. I've also been filling a... Alright. That's a lot of... That's a lot. Just give me a sec. I need a... I'm also filling out an IC3 report on my second X, as while since I do think my second X could be using photos of me, AI generated as the opposite sex. Oh. Oh. I'm gonna be very for real with you. Like, if it's like deep... Well, no, that sounds like a deep fake thing. Anyone who does that kind of stuff is shitty. I'm gonna be really honest with you. Like, okay. I don't get the idea of like why people would do that. Like people do that kind of stuff to deframe people or for like some sick fetish stuff against a person's consent. That's all terrible. And I like it just sickens me. Generative AI is opens up a lot of shitty things, but when you give that kind of power to a person who, you know, can do that kind of stuff, it's just sick. It makes me sick. Like anyone who anyone who like knows about that kind of stuff and the type of damage it can do, it's disgusting. Man. Here. We'll put them right here. It makes me sick. It really does. You know, there was that thing earlier this year on Twitter. The Grok AI. I'm not gonna like if you know about that, then you know how disgusting that whole thing was. Why would you even give a generative AI thing that ability and not create safeguards? Do you know what I mean? Disgusting. And by the way, all those people who did that stuff, they should have shame on them. I'm going to be very for real with you. I did compare my facial features to her. Okay. I did compare my facial features to her. Good job. Honestly, you trying to, like, if that is the case, which I really hope it isn't, but if that is the case, it really stirs something in here, you know. When you hear some like stuff like that, it really, I don't know. Ooh, does not open up good stuff. To be honest with you, like I saw like yesterday, apparently on I'm not sure about like Facebook. I only saw it for Instagram, but apparently Instagram has made it so that, let's just say, like your likeness, your voice, everyone has been opted in to this system where an average person can use your likeness. Like everyone's automatically opted in. You just have to go through your settings and like turn it off, so nobody will be able to recreate your likeness, use your voice, all that stuff. I saw like a thing about it and I was like, oh my gosh. They're just creating this space for this kind of terrible stuff to happen, to be honest with you. I'm using the keyboard as being well, I understand about that diss track thing, but that, how do you say this? for any person who does that kind of stuff with the deep fake technology, with all that stuff is extremely damaging. And like no. No. It should be illegal to do that kind of stuff. No rational person should be in favor of that, because that kind of stuff is damaging. Like, beyond, like, professionally, that is terrible, but for your mind, that is not good. You think it is illegal in South Korea? Good! Better. Like, if that is the case, that's better. That's great, actually. But I kind of want to now just, like, step away from that topic, because, like, you know, it is an important topic to, like, talk about, but it makes me feel icky, you know what I mean? So, I'm best going to, like, step away from that. Maybe at some point when I'm, like, able to, like, you know, actually talk about it, then yeah. But for now, I'm just going to focus on my zombie killing crusade. More or less, getting my army of the living able to kill the dead a second time. I was actually wanting to ask you guys something. I was it's a creative thing about, like, YouTube. I genuinely wanted to ask you guys this question. But how do you guys, when it comes to, like, a horror YouTube channel name, I was genuinely curious what you guys would think of these, like, names. It's like a side project I want to work on, so I can, like, focus on, like, you know, things that are spooky and just have fun with, like, talking about horror stuff. I was thinking about names like Midnight Phantom. I was also thinking Gore or Sanglivore, which, by the way, Sanglivore is a scientific name for a creature that feeds on blood. I got inspired by that name from the band Creeper in their albums Sanglivore and Sanglivore 2. Or, I don't know. Just give me a sec. Well, you know, it is important to, you know, pursue a career in, you know, making more people safer online, especially with this new kind of technology. That's a great thing. Absolutely a great thing. That's all I'll say on that one, because I don't want to pay too much attention to that thing. That makes me like, ugh. But if you guys have any other, like, cool YouTube names for, like, a horror thing, let me know. Those are, like, the 3 I'm working on. And if you're asking, like, how do you say, what's the particular thing? It's just gonna all be, like, horror stuff. It would be, like, movies, video games, like, everything surrounding horror. It's not gonna be one particular thing. It's gonna be from all sides. You know, stretch my legs in that space. Because it is something I really do love. Alright. Let's see if we can What do you guys think could help out the living? Let's give them like 80, I guess. Yeah, 80. Let's make it 7. 7. Let's just do 777. There we go. Hopefully this will be a good amount to actually take on the dead. And if you're asking, would I want something a little bit more silly? Yeah, I want, to have like a cool YouTube channel name that's slightly silly. Like, I would want it to be kind of similar, like something you would see from like the Munsters or something like that. Would be perfect. Sure. Yeah, we'll try to do that. Hopefully. I want to give as many, like, as little, like, living people to, like, fight off the dead. Like, I don't want it to be, like, 2,000. I want it to be, like, humanity, against all odds actually coming out on top. That's the premise for today's stream when it comes to this game. I want that many living to take out this many zombies. That's the big premise. There we go. Just drink something. Oh man, this is so cool. Ah man, this is so cool. This makes me so happy. This is such a cool scene. Like, here, let's watch it in cinematic view. Oh, this is so cool. This feels like something in a movie. Yeah, look at this. Oh. Let's just wait. That's so cool. I don't think the Knights will be doing that well, but they are doing pretty good, though. We have to give them that. That's enough of that. Okay. Let's check the average. Okay, a lot of these guys are damaged. Here. Let's see if any of these guys in the back are. Okay. Yeah, but no, I think getting some more, I say, U.S. soldiers up here, I think that will do very good for, I say, bringing down the dead. There we go. Go, go, go! The Knights are taking them out. Like, look at this. there is about 2,475 zombies remaining, and the knights are starting to start pinching them on the sides, which is good. But is it enough, though? Ooh. There we go. They are getting some numbers back, though. Oh my gosh. This is scary. Well, not traditionally scary, but look at this. Wow. These zombies are kind of fast, actually. Well, kind of fast. Not extremely fast, but... Oh my gosh! Yep. It's the end. Humanity is over. The dead conquer. But they are brought down to 1,000. 1,090. Yeah. But they are regaining some. They are regaining, though. But it is cool that they are, you know, getting taken out. What? Oh, come on. These guys are left. Oh well. And we are left with 1,069 zombies. They did pretty good. They did pretty good, though. I don't want to get as involved. So, you know. All right. Let's do 90. 95. And let's make this one... Oh. Excuse me. All right, you guys ready? I'm ready. Whew. Oh, boy. I love this shirt, by the way. Let's see. But yeah, no, we'll be going for 3 hours more. So if there's anything you guys want to chat about, revolving around like movies, shows, just anything fun, just let me know. Because, you know, I always like hearing on what you guys are doing in your lives. Like, has there been any shows lately that you've been like, oh, this is sick, actually? I've just been watching a whole bunch of stuff lately. I've actually been meaning to watch, not much. I've been waiting for K-pop Demon Hunters 2 to come out. When is that actually coming out? $2029. Well, that makes sense. It does take some time to animate, which is, you know. I've said this before, and I'll say it again. When it comes to like projects, like video games, movies, TV shows, even music, I don't care if it comes out in like 2030 or whatever. Give the artist the time to actually work on work on their creation. That's me. Personally, you know? Like for me, when it comes to like game, I actually saw that with like Xbox. They're gonna be like ramping up the production of like new games, and it's like, you know, they're shortening the time for like the amount. They're shortening the time for like developers to actually develop a game, make a game, programmers, the whole 9 yards. I did hear about that, which is crazy. I can't really change the God power. Let me see. No, I can't really change it. I think it changes on its own, actually, which sucks. Nukes are powerful in this game, and like, I wish that you could change the God power. Like, they had like different abilities you could use. To be honest with you. Wow. Yeah, what was I going to say? Oh, I am wanting to watch like those old Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movies from the 80s and 90s. I think that would be fun, you know what I mean? I grew up also watching the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And you know, to bring up NECA for a sec, the action figure company, I do want to get like some Ninja Turtles and the Universal Monster, like the Universal Monster Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle collaboration, and like just put them back there. I think that'd be really fun. And if you're asking my favorite turtle, it was Leonardo and Raphael. I like Mikey and Donatello. Like, those guys were cool. But I liked Raphael and Leonardo. If any of you guys have a favorite turtle, let me know. Because if any of you guys say Splinter was your favorite character, that's not a good. That's not good. Splinter is a cool character, but I can't really see anyone having Splinter as their favorite, personally. If you say Shredder, though, then, you know, you're a little bit more in the clear. All right. Oh my goodness. Okay. They are bringing them down. All right. Ooh. Let me check this. Man, these zombies are unstoppable. They are 4,000, which we're kind of around 3,000, which, you know, that makes sense. But, like, I thought these guys would take them out easily. There we go. Some extras. Can you hear my fan, by the way? It does get really hot in this room, so I do try to keep on the fan. So no, it's now at 3. Nope. Good. Okay. Perfect. The last thing I need is a little bit of a... Okay, so the number is 1,380. That's how many zombies are remaining. And look at this. Here, let's just change up the numbers just a little bit. There we go. Just make it this big. And produce at least this many U.S. soldiers. And we should probably just throw in one hero. And it'll be right a little bit here. Yeah. All right, here we go. The dead versus the living. I do know that I make like a lot of this kind of game, the dead versus the living. But hey, it's a fun concept, you know? So, yes. Let's see where the Alright, there he is. There he goes. He will be our main character. Well, actually, more of like, you know.
Good job, lads.
He will be our character. We'll see how many kills we can get with this guy. By the way, this will be the only time I will say this. If you're liking what you're seeing, you want to support me here on the stream, you can always subscribe or use your Amazon Prime to subscribe. Would appreciate it. You don't have to if you can't or don't want to. That's completely fine. And also, if you're watching on YouTube, please like, comment, share, and subscribe and all that good stuff. That kind of stuff does help out. And again, thank you for watching, guys. Wow, look at this. Oh boy! That's the only time I will mention that. Oh, how many kills? Ah. Okay. We got at least 120 kills, actually. Which, that's pretty sick. We need as many of these knights as possible. There we go. Fantastic. Mr. Bombastic. Oh dear. Yeah, there you go. We are getting a lot of these zombies, though. Maybe that gold knight was overkill a little bit. Look at this. There's still enough knights. The pinching is never good. Here, let's get this many. There we go. Uh-oh, we can't really mess with this too much. Now they're starting to pour out. And that's where the bad stuff happens. Oh, we do have the wind power back, though, which is good. Okay. Come on. Ooh. We died. Oof, this is insane. Look at this. Alright, there we go. Honestly, is there any real good, like, zombie games out there? That's a big question I have. Admittedly, like, there isn't... Like, I try to find some good werewolf games. There isn't any good ones. Nor any vampire ones. Like, besides, like, Vampire the Masquerade. But is there any good zombie games? That's my question. Where you play as a zombie or you fight zombies, like, besides Call of Duty zombies. Like, come on. That's my big question. Does anyone have any good recommendations, though? You would think that there would be. Uh-oh. There. That's the only time we're gonna actually get involved. Come on. We froze. Alright, now we're back. There. That should be not enough. Not enough. And also not including to Resident Evil. I know that kind of involves like a mutant kind of thing. Kinda. But, you know. I just want something interesting. Like that. Alright, there we go. I think we're doomed. Humanity just lost to this one big time. Are we doomed to die? In reality, yes, we are. But can the living overpass death? That's my big question. In-game, obviously. Alright, let's try to do one massive 1-2. We'll see if it makes any difference. Wait a minute, there's at least 620. Well, I did interfere a little bit, but now they've been brought down to quite a lot, actually. Now, let's try this again, but this time add 3. Yeah, there we go. Let's try this. By the way, if the living win, we will give like reinforcements to the zombies. And see if that tips the scales. We'll see. And after we hit the 3-hour mark, that's when we'll finally make the final conclusion. Does death win or does the living win? That is the biggest question of all. Don't you guys think? Alright, come on. We got our 3 golden knights. By the way, I think it's fun. Well, wait. Isn't... When it comes to gold... Like, I know in Minecraft, well, actually, no. Never mind. Only in Minecraft is gold worthless, essentially. You know? Actually, what ore in the real world is not as, like, precious? That's my question. I'm genuinely curious now. I would argue maybe coal is, just because, like, there isn't as much of a dependence on coal compared to, like, 50, 60 years ago. Well, no, what ore is considered not... Gold is decent and more durable than expected. I think Triac, which is fool's gold, is more useless metal. Oh, that's interesting. Fool's gold, man. That is something. I'm trying to think. Hey, you want to know something, actually? In the show Alf, on the planet Melmac, guess what commonplace thing is extremely valuable on the planet Melmac in the show Alf? Guess. Something you would maybe have in your house. I should say that. In the show Alf, on the planet Melmac, guess what is the most precious resource in the show Alf, on the home planet of Alf? It's actually funny. There we go. I'll tell you. In the show Alf, on the planet Melmac, which is the home planet of Alf, or Gordon Shumway, it's actually foam. Foam is considered the most valuable resource on that planet, which is pretty interesting. Pretty funny, too. I love that show, too. Alf. Really great show. If you haven't watched it, you should. It's free on YouTube and Tubi and a couple other places. You should watch it. It's great if you haven't watched it. It's a good comedy. Like a nice little bit of a... Well, actually, a light-hearted sitcom about an alien who crash lands in the house of the Tanner family. Not the one from Full House. A different Tanner family. Actually. I actually have a figure of Alf from NECA, actually. Let me go and grab them. We'll grab him. So. Here's my Alf figure from NECA. And I was posing him having a cat sandwich in his hands. And he would hold him like this. There. Oh no. This is terrible. One minute they're doing really good, the Knights, and now the next minute they're just dead. Oh no. Not even those gold Knights did anything. Oh dear. By the way, I'm still trying to figure out like a good day to do an 8-hour stream sometime, just to see like if I can actually do 8 hours. What day would you guys want me to do like an 8-hour stream? Sometime, maybe like sometime in August or September. Like I feel like that would be a good time, maybe to like actually do like an 8-hour stream. I start sometime early in the morning, playing some game. I don't know. If you guys have a preference to actually watch for 8 hours straight, or maybe 6 hours, we'll see. Actually, no, I think 6 hours would be much better. We'll see. What would you... Could you guys watch that? 6 hours of me playing a game and just chatting it up? I don't know. We'll see. Lag. This is pretty intense lag. But now they're at 800 actually, which is good. Yeah. It depends if I'm usually busy studying, writing a diss track, and grinding Fortnite. Well, yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Maybe I might actually try to do like 6 hours instead of 8 hours. Like, I feel ballsy, but I don't feel like that would be... Maybe at some point. Hey, maybe if we get to like 1,000... Like, no, not 1,000. 100 followers here, maybe then I'll actually do something like that, you know? 100 followers for a 6-hour long stream. How does that sound? I think like that would be fun. You know what I mean? Or maybe like I do have the energy for a 6-hour stream, but I personally don't do it. Sounds perfect. Yeah, maybe, yeah. Like I'm saving that's like I say like fun, really cool stuff to do for like how do you say? For subscribers. I would appreciate a subscriber. Or like 5. I would appreciate it, and then I would do something like wild. Like I have that cooking video I would like to do. And you know. Yeah. We did it, guys. We did it. The living got to beat the dead. This is perfect. That was awesome. And they did not need my help. That being said, ooh, let's just give Team 2 one. What should Team 2 have? I might give them some fantasy. Here, we'll just give them about that number, yeah. Ooh, no, that would be there. There. Now that's much better. And just to make it more interesting, we'll have these 4. Yeah. They're going to need it. I don't know. Like, when this comes out to YouTube tomorrow, I think I'll try to name the like this VOD when it comes out something around jungles. So maybe I'll think of something. All right, here we go. Start this now. Let's see how many gold knights we have. We got the 4. The 4 gold knights who will slay the evil. I think this is a better location to actually fight, personally. We'll keep these guys. I'll be one of the 4 gold knights. Alright. Come on. Come on. Yeah, baby! Haha! Man, this is so cool! Uh-oh. Yeah! This gets me so giddy. There, the gold knights are doing pretty good, though. Damn. There's a couple knights over here that need releasing. Here, let's release these guys. Come on! Let me walk! Okay. There we go. Yeah, come on. Come on. Let me move. Perfect. All right. Here we go. Here. Let's just grab this knight. Send him this way. Oh, sick. Come on. Get in the battle. Really? Sick, bro. That's awesome. Let's go, dude. All right, let's send them in.
This time you fire 700 freedom.
Come on, get in there. Get in the battle. There we go. Ah, come on. I want to get as many knights to actually fight as possible. Right, come on. Do you think the living have it in them to actually beat the dead? That's the big question. There we go. Yes? Let's test that. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Yeah, no, there's plenty of U.S. soldiers here. Here. Let's get him up here to shoot down. Here. I got at least 105. Nope, now 6 kills. Nice. Actually, let's get a little bit closer. You know, if any of you guys have seen the movie Army of Darkness, I'm kind of thinking me actually like doing like a reenactment of that movie. I think that would be pretty sick. What do you guys think? By the way, it has Bruce Campbell in it, so, you know. Ash Williams. God love Ash Williams, man. Ooh. I don't know if... I think those orcs will be a big issue. Lag. Lag. Right, there we go. Here. Woo! Yeah, getting those kills. Let's go. Actually, you know what? Maybe the living can beat the dead. We'll see about that. Yeah. Here we go. Okay. Oh my goodness. Look. It's 400. It's 400. It's going down to 300. Oh my goodness. Oh boy. I think the living can beat the dead. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Come on. Oh. Oh. Oh my gosh. Ah. Ah. They're gonna win. They're gonna win. Sorry. I'm getting a lot of energy. And the living wins. Let's go. We got at least 201 living soldiers. Let's go. Fantastic. Let's go. All right. Oh, man. We didn't even have to interfere that much. That's incredible. Here, let's just bring it down to 50. Ooh. I'm trying to think, what could I do to make this different? Ooh, wait, what if I threw in like a third faction? A third faction as like a sideshow. Yeah, we'll just do this. We'll put them right here. Ooh. Then they would run into the living over here. Well, actually, we'll put them a little bit over here. They'll probably like actually, we'll put them right over here. Whoever beats, like, between these two, these guys will come in at the later time. I don't know, we'll see. Where should they be? Should they be up here? Well, say this is A. This will be B. This will be C. Or should we put them here at D? You guys get to choose. A, B, or C, or D. You guys get to choose. Do you want the addiction? Oh boy. Good luck with that addiction, man. COD shop. I used to be big in my addiction to like Fortnite, man. We'll see. Well, no, I still love Fortnite, but you know, I try not to buy stuff as much. But no. A, B, C, or D? Where you want them to be? Where do you want the third faction to be? It's up to you guys. A? Okay, we got one person for A. Anyone wants them at B, C, or D? We got one A. Ooh. I see. All right. This is probably going to be very bad for this side, but here, we'll just put them all the way over here. And we'll just give them about like 50. Yeah. Oh gosh. We'll see how this goes. Here we go, guys. I don't know how many times we've allowed the dead to win, but if they win this round, then humanity is cooked. So just remember that. They are big cooked. All right, here we go. If that's even a word. Well, big cooked? Yeah, no. What am I talking about? It is a word. Or a phrase, I don't know. We'll see. All right, here we go. We know what to do. There we go. Let's see where these Roman soldiers are. Oh, look, here they are. Single file, everyone. Single file. All right, there we go. Team 3 is on their way. You know, if this one goes well, maybe we might make them like the reinforcements, just in case like the undead takes out like the living. We'll see. We'll see. Oh my gosh! Look at this. This is so cool. We haven't really touched this army. All they have is just these orcs. Beyond that, we'll see if they can actually, you know, take care of themselves. Where's those? Ooh, here they come. This might be a distraction, actually. When it comes to, like... Uh-oh. Yeah, no, this was just a distraction. All these knights could easily just run back that way. And now they do, okay. Plus, these gold knights are really a big help. All right, let's get these knights out here. Come on. Run. Run as fast as you can. Come on. There. Go! Oh! Merkel! There we go. There we go. I'm so pumped. I really want the living to win one more time. And then that'll be a wrap. Sure, the dead won a couple times, well, several times, but I want them living to win. Alright, come on. How many knights are... There we go. Go! Oh boy. I'm so pumped. Sorry guys, I normally don't get this way, but I'm like, I don't know. I really want to see them do well. Come on. Oh boy. Do you guys ever get that way where you're like, ah, you know, you just be like, I don't know, have some like small jolts of energy. That's what I get sometimes. It can be completely out of nowhere sometimes. All right, there we go. Sorry if you can hear my dog, by the way. He's a talker. All right, there we go. Go! Come on. Is that... There's only one more night. Perfect. Come on, let's go. Get in the battle, you. Come on. There we go. That's all. And what that wait, what? Wait, I'm trying to figure out how I can do that. Let me think. And that's all, folks. That's Porky Pig for you. Uh-oh. 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 How many zombies? At least 1,320. Oh, dear. He's barking. Uh-oh. Sometimes he sounds like a small dog when he's actually like a medium dog. I would show you guys him, but he would be extremely noisy. As you can tell. Can you guys actually hear him? Oh, he's quiet now. Let's go. I had to speak. Oh. Alright. The zombie horde is going down. It's going down. I'm yelling, timber, you better move. You better dance. 'Cause the night you won't remember. Ah! Sorry. I promise I won't sing that song. I promise. Yep. No U.S. soldier has been killed today. They won. Let's go! That was fantastic. What do you guys think? I'll just do one more. I'll just do one more, and this one will be the last one, I promise. We'll just do this. Heroes. Chunk Norris. Put him right here. Team 2. We'll just do zombies right here. And we're going to make it let's just make it 6,000. Just put them right in the middle. You ready? This is just a, this will go super quick. Literally, I thought this would be the best way of ending it. By the way, Chunk Norris is going to be the final finale. Oh, where is he? Oh, here he is. Here he is, guys. Chunk Norris. All right, ready? Set. Go. Literally, as I said, this will be extremely quick. By the way, Chunk Norris will win. He's immortal, by the way. So there isn't anything to be concerned about. This is just going to be a zombie slaughterhouse at this point. He's even making a little ring of blood for us, which is sweet of him. Here, see? There you go. The ring of blood. Sounds catchy. Well, it sounds cool. Here, let's just let him get some damage. There we go. Now we got into 1,000 deaths. You see, look at that. I've had a really great time with you guys. I hope you guys had a really great time with me. Just you know, playing this game, just being having a silly old time. I thought this was the most appropriate way of ending today's stream with a little Chunk Norris finale. Literally killing for no reason.
In the void.
So yeah. I hope you guys have a really great day. Or night, wherever you are in the world or whenever you're watching this. Here on Twitch temporarily and over on YouTube. And let me see. Is there anything else I want to say? I hope you all stay happy, healthy, and everything in between. And also make sure, be good people too. We need a lot more good people in times like this. Instead of, jerk or like being nasty these days. That's what I think, at least. And again, I do hope you guys have a great weekend. So, let's just wait until this is done and then I'll end the stream. There you go. The circle of blood. The ring of blood, actually. There you go. There it is. Let me just do this. Main menu. Let me go here. All right. I'll see you guys on Saturday. Take care, guys. Bye.